Children are the future, and without instilling good morals and discipline, the future will not be as bright as it could be. Parents are becoming more afraid and less knowledgeable on how to discipline a defiant child in more effective ways. Disciplining children is a cornerstone for a better tomorrow. It teaches kids at a young age responsibility, respect, accountability, and consequences for their actions. Without such discipline, children are becoming more reckless and less motivated to do the right thing. As these children get older, they don't show proper behavior in their daily lives. Parents need to start disciplining children at a young age so that this country has a fighting chance at a better tomorrow. Parents seem unsure of alternative ways to effectively discipline their children and have thus given up, since spanking is no longer an effective way. Parents need to be more willing to try something different and new, enforce the rules once they have been in place, and reward their children for following those rules. The first step to solving the issue is informing the parents that there are several ways to discipline a child effectively without using any physical harm. One of the oldest strategies is still used today, timeout. This method is very effectively if used properly. One of the main things you need to remember is not to acknowledge the child while they are in timeout. The natural consequences method is a way that teaches children the realities of life. If a child does something that a parent asks him or her not to do, then the parent will let the child experience the results of that behavior, says WebMD. One example of this method is if a parent has told a child not to play with scissors and the child does it anyway and ruins his or her favorite blanket. His or her blanket, or he or she does not have that favorite blanket anymore. Some methods may only work for some children, which is why it's important to try many different methods before giving up, says Benson Harrington. Execution is key to discipline. It's important to make sure to enforce the rules. The more quickly the rules are enforced after the incident has occurred, the better. The disciplinarian should be fair but firm and always be consistent. Make sure you as the parent are being a good role model. There should not only be punishments for bad behaviors, but rewards for good behaviors. Rewarding a child for good behaviors is just important, if not more important, than punishing for bad behaviors, says WebMD. If punishment is necessary, as the disciplinarian, it is the parent's responsibility to make sure to listen to the child and make sure the punishment fits the crime, says Benson Harrington. Properly disciplined children make well-rounded adults. With good discipline, children learn how to handle stressful situations appropriately. Good discipline excludes physical discipline of any kind, yelling, or aggression. Good discipline teaches children how to be independent and responsible later in life. With a lack of discipline, children grow up with poor work ethic, low morals, and reckless behavior. Since the lack of discipline, there have been more school shootings. As you can see in this chart, the number of school shootings from 1980 to 2013, starting from 1980 to 1999, there was only about 24 shootings. It climbed up to about 34 shootings, then 40 shootings, and then just in the last 3 years, there has been 46 shootings in the schools. I believe this is because there's a lack of discipline in society these days. Or it's used wrongly. With physical discipline, children become more angry and aggressive. When someone uses physical discipline, it shows the child that violence is an acceptable way to handle conflict, the American Humane Society Association says. It can also cause the child to be antisocial and aggressive, says the American Humane Association as well. It shows here in this chart that physical abuse has increased 84% from 1980 to 1993. These are in the thousands, going up from 1980 to 1993, and probably still continuing to rise these days. I think there is a correlation with the physical abuse being the wrong discipline that children are getting and the school shootings. If discipline is not implemented correctly and soon in this country, children will grow up doing nothing with their lives. They will not have the motivation to work or better themselves or their community in any way because they do not see the point. They were never taught at an early age that there are rewards for doing good things and punishments for doing bad things. And so they feel whatever they do, it's not going to matter. Some kids will often grow up doing the wrong things, and some will grow up simply doing nothing. But in both cases, it's a tragedy to let a young person waste their life like that. Children everywhere deserve the chance to have a good life, and it's a parent's job to make sure they set them up for success by disciplining them properly at a young age.